So the next thing I want to say is, in the Old Testament, they never knew God as a father. They only knew him as a God who's got to be frightened of him and be scared of him because he's holy and you don't know what he'll do. But Jesus came and revealed God as a loving father. And Jesus said, when you pray, pray like this. Our Heavenly Father, Matthew 6 and verse 9. It's another verse you must remember. Whenever you pray, pray, Father, my Father who is in heaven. Two things. These are the two things you must remember when you pray. God is my Father, therefore he loves me, cares for me, but he's also in heaven, which means he runs this whole universe. He controls everybody. He controls your friends. He controls your enemies. He controls your circumstances. He controls your parents. He controls all those people in the school. He controls your teachers. He controls everybody in the world. That's the meaning of being in heaven. So there are two things in that verse. God, you're my Father. I'm your child. And you love me more than my earthly parents. See, all of you got wonderful earthly parents. Anyway, most of you have. Parents who love you so much, sacrifice so much for you. I want to tell you, please listen to this. God is a much better father than your earthly father and mother. Much better. He loves you more than them. He will do more for you than any earthly father or mother can do. You must never forget that. And in the Hebrew language in which the Bible was, the early disciples were, they used to call him Abba. That's the Hebrew word for father. In English, we say dad, daddy, dad. So when you pray to God in private, you can call him dad. Dad. That's how I call him. In private, in public, I say father. Jesus publicly, when he prayed, he always said Father. But in private, he would say Abba. That's the example I follow. That in private, I call him Dad. In public, I call him Father. Because Dad is a very intimate, personal thing. And I'm speaking to him alone. I say Dad. But when I'm praying in the presence of others, I want to say Father in heaven. Learn to call God your dad. Very, very important. Because I've seen so many believers. Most they pray, oh Lord, oh Lord. That's perfectly okay. He is Lord. I also pray to him as Lord. Lord, do this for me. But if you never pray to him as Father and Dad, when I pray alone, in public very often I pray saying Lord, but when I pray alone to God, invariably I say Dad, Father. He is my Lord, but he's my Father. That's what I want to remind myself. This is very, very, very important. It can change your life. Another thing that a lot